Hi there, I have a channel message for you, and I trust that this video found you at the right time. So please bear with me as I explain what I've been getting this morning as I'm getting into what this reading is going to be about. So, yesterday, I did a reading and I talked a lot about crawling through like a tunnel of waste. Disgusting, I know. But it was all about getting freedom, and it was like the need for purification on the other side of that. Anyway, so I did the reading that morning, and then yesterday evening, right, I'm playing this video game, and I don't know if you know this game. It's called Banjo-Kazooie. It's a really old game, and it's one of my all-time favorites. I played it a lot as a kid, and every now and again I'll pick it back up and just play it through. I'm playing the second one currently. I'm playing number 2, and I find myself at this point in the game where I'm being deadly serious here. I'm I drop into this pipe of sludge, like a waste facility pipe, and I have to go through and hit this button to turn it off, and then go and come back out. And because the sludge is going into this water where people are like trying to swim, so I gotta like shut it off. So that's just like an insane synchronicity straight up that happened yesterday. And as I'm going through the pipe in the game, I'm like, hold up, man. So anyway, I continue playing the game, and there's this character in the game, and excuse the ridiculousness of this whole thing, because it was a game for children that can be played and enjoyed by adults, definitely, because it has that depth. But there's this character in the game that appears, and it's like a canary, but it's like a woman dressed as like a canary. So it's like this big like woman in a canary costume, basically, and you have to race her. So that like just happened, and I was just playing the game, so I didn't think too much about it. But I'm like channeling this message and preparing for the reading that I'm about to do, and to get an idea of what you might be dealing with and the theme of the reading, I pull a spirit animal oracle card, and it is this canary spirit in reverse. Sing your own song, it says. The number 12 might be significant here, or 3. But the card speaks about like you might not be sharing your full authentic self. You might only be showing parts of you because it feels safe to do so. And you might think that if you fully move into your authentic, unapologetic self and share your complete truth, it might not be safe to do that. But I'm here to tell you that it is completely safe, and the world actually needs your unique self and perspective, because there is nobody like you. The door on the cage is open, and when you fly out of that cage and fully embody yourself, things will start happening for you like magic. So that's what I'm getting. The canary's wearing this crown, so it's like he's fully in his power when he's himself. Masks might be significant, like you might be thinking about the mask that you wear, or just seeing like physical masks in your life and wondering what that's all about. Like the rapper, I don't know if you know MF Doom, it might be significant here, or you might need to go and look at that character. But I just feel like it's time for the mask to go. And it's like it's served you up until this point, which is great. But now it's actually time to take the mask off and like put it in the drawer. like and like you could like go back and look at it and think about, oh, that, you know, reminisce every now and again, but it's time to put it away. Like, because the world needs to see your face. And the last thing I was thinking about with this card, because he's perched on this flute. So the flute might be significant here. Or you might be a musician or really like music. But something about the flute. And it got me thinking about this band. They're an Australian band. They're called Speed. If you like heavier music, they're a hardcore band. If you like that kind of stuff, I would highly suggest you check out the band Speed if you don't know them. They have great energy and the message is excellent. I really like what that band is about and what they stand for. It's super positive. But the thing about this band Speed, right, is that the singer, he's more yelling than singing, which is great. I love that. But he actually plays the flute. And they've started recently integrating the flute into the songs. Not in like a massive way, like it'll be playing through the whole song. But the flute will like start to make an appearance. There's this one song I can't remember the name of it, I'm sorry. But there's this song that they did recently. They did a music video for it. And the song's just kicking, like it's a hardcore sort of beat and there's really high energy. And they sort of bring it down to this like groove and he pulls out the flute and it's like, yo, and it starts like, it's an absolute mind bender because you've sort of never heard anything like it and it's so perfectly integrated. Well, it blew my mind when I heard it. And I then, later on, an interview with that guy, I think it was like a week later, just popped up like a news article. And he was being interviewed. And he's actually like a master level flute player, this singer for Speed, the hardcore band. Like, and he was a teacher, like he was teaching people how to play the flute, like orchestral kind of vibe. And it really affected me, the interview, because he was talking about how he knew he had to answer the call and be in this band and make heavy music and just go for it. And I think it was almost like his dad was saying to him like that he's been watching him and it's just like, even his dad was at the point where like, man, I don't know anything about what you're doing, but you have to do it. Like you just have to. And so like dads might be significant, or like you might be, male authority might be significant, or like you might be working with male authority to show them that there's a unique, better way. But anyway, so now they're really starting to like make some waves in the scene, this band, and they're integrating the flute into the music. So it's like this singer potentially didn't feel like he was living his highest truth and being his fully authentic self because he had to make ends meet by playing the flute, and that's what he'd been doing. And I'm not saying like I don't know the guy, but he obviously wanted to make heavy music because you can see it in the way they're performing that's who he is. But now that he stepped into that and moved away from the old part of his life into the new authentic self, so now he's fully doing what he is here to do at this point in time. But now he's taking the flute, which was this old part of him, or still like a part of him, and he's bringing it into this hardcore space. So he's doing the heavy music in a way that has never been done before as well. So like he's fully stepping into his authentic truth and making like bold moves. Like if you years ago told me that there'd be a hardcore band with a flute and it would really work, I would be skeptical. But it just goes to show like he probably went through that phase in his life with the flute for a reason. And it, like I said, I don't know the guy, but it's all, everything's part of this journey that you're on. Like, it's all important, and you're here to integrate all of it and now come out into the public and start being your full authentic self here. And it's going to lead to financial opportunities. Ace of Pentacles. You're going to start getting the financial opportunities that you need when you start to step into this fully authentic version of yourself. And it's going to be a passionate new beginning. This is huge. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. The Emperor in reverse. So be careful of like trying to control from that old place. And B, I'm getting B. Be like a bit of a student. Like, be open to learning now. Because maybe you're not used to have... You're not necessarily used to acting from this authentic place. And let's see here with the Two of Wands in reverse, is like there might be a lack of clarity around what life looks like when you're being that full authentic version of yourself. So be open to learning what that feels like. Make sure you're in balance here. This is going to lead to... This is amazing here. There's so much major arcana. So if you can just be yourself, you're literally going to get paid to be yourself in this new life that you're going to create for yourself. You're literally going to get paid to be yourself. But I'm going to say, don't focus on the money. Don't worry about the money. Don't make this... You know what? Forget I said anything about the money. Just forget this Ace of Pentacles, because we know it's there. Don't look at it. Because it's like in the past, it was all about the money for you. And that's why you were this canary bird in the cage. And the canary could be a sign of like... You know the canary in the coal mine analogy. So they would send the canary down, and then when the canary goes, it's like not safe to be down there. So it's like, in the past, you've just had to put on this mask because you're like, this is the only way I can get this bread, like, is just to not be myself. Because I just feel like there's pain around being your authentic self. Maybe like, in the past, like, I'm getting like bullying at school really early. Like, I'm getting the ugly duckling, like the beautiful swan that didn't look like everyone else. And so you just learnt to just play it small. Really getting that here. So, like, make the choice to be yourself, but then be open to what might happen. And like the card was saying, like the canary card, like magic will happen, and you're not... This is new for you, but just go with it. Massive abundance here. You're just going to be sitting. Like I was saying, it's so funny the Empress was under that Two of Wands in reverse. Like, you're just going to be sitting here, being yourself, being all excited, and it's going to lead to love. It's going to like lead to these relationships, and I'm getting this tribe that you've really like, going back to like I'm getting like school bullying. And like you've just had to pretend to be someone else, to be friends with people and to form relationships. But then if you have to pretend to be someone else to be connected to somebody, are they really like the right person to be connected to? Because it's not, none of it's authentic. And I'm just getting like, keep moving through that. Don't stand too still. And just keep being yourself and keep moving through that. Okay, so now I just want more situation around... Sorry, more situation. I want more information around the situation that you're in currently. Like, so I'm getting that you have been pretending to be someone else or not fully letting your authentic self shine. So what's happening around you, like, because of that? What are the results of, like, not being yourself? I want first. Rain. Ceremony. Okay. Iceberg. Yeah, dude, it's like... And fog again. So, like, lack of clarity. Because you don't know who... Like, it's like you're losing touch with who you are sometimes. When you don't know fully who you are, this is what you get. Rain and iceberg. It's like... It's just sad. Because, like, your inner child, like, and who you are, and your spirit... And it's so dark in this card. Look at this card. I know it says purification. And it's like, so I'm getting to, like, if you didn't go through this, you wouldn't have fully learned how important it is to be your authentic self. So you're going to have this new perspective coming out of this. And when you deal with other people, like, you're going to be able to intuitively pick up on when someone's not being themselves. And you don't have to, like, call them out. And be like, hey, like, you don't seem like you're being yourself, but just, like, gently guide them. And, like, you can, like, instead of being, like, passive aggressive, like, you could passively invite their authentic self. And, like, when you do pick up on them being authentic, you can give them positive reinforcement and sort of, like, not like mind games, but not in a bad way. Like, just in the, okay, like, I kind of get an idea of where this person's at. So when I can feel them being authentic, like, when they feel safe with me to be authentic, I'm going to show them that it's really safe to be authentic. And with this iceberg card, I'm just getting, like, you're just frozen. Like, you get cold. Like, you get cold with people. And you're actually meant to be a warm person, I'm getting. You're supposed to be sharing your light with people. But with the iceberg too, submerged. Notice it says submerged. Like, and the thing about the iceberg is, like, you only see a small part of it. Like, so much of the iceberg is under the water. You don't see it. And so it's like you let this little part of you poke through the top, but there's so much more. There's so much more here. And it's like, I feel like you just need to stop waking up every day and acting from not you. It's like a routine. You've got, like, routines that need to be, like... You've got routines that are old routines that need to go. And can I get some information on what these new routines might look like if you're just being you? Knight of Cups, like, just moving towards emotional fulfillment. So, like, as you're moving through the world, paying attention to how things actually make you feel, instead of, like, getting all logical and, like, okay, well, I've learnt logically in the past that, like, if I act this way, and it's all just through childhood trauma, but bullying, again, I'm just getting it. Like, logically, this has happened, so I act like this, and I get the pentacle. But that's not, we're not doing that anymore. We're moving towards emotional fulfillment, new routines, judgment. We answer the call. It's time to be ourselves, the star. Okay. Four of Cups in reverse. So it's like, this is great. This is amazing. Like, with this new routine, if you just get up every day and be yourself, this authentic version of you that needs to be seen by the world, you will answer the call. Like, you will strengthen that relationship with you, your higher self, your inner child, and source. It's time to answer that call. And look, dude, the star, wish fulfillment. You're going to get everything you wanted. You're going to get everything you want here. And it's literally going to be you sitting there being you. And you're going to be celebrated. And I remember too, like, this canary card, it did say that not everybody is going to want that authentic version of you or agree with it. And that's totally fine. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. And it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with them either. Like, I remember this woman I used to work with. One thing, it was fun. It's ironic because one of the things, she said something that really stuck with me once. Because we were just talking about life. And it was a really good conversation. Like, and she was very intelligent. Like, she had a lot of good things to say. The letter A might be significant here, or like one. Like one, too. Like one, you are a unique individual. But I'm even getting 9, 11, 1, 1, 9 as I say this. But she was saying that not everyone blends. And that's okay. Right as I said, that word blend, 21, 21 on the clock. And this is card number 12. Upside down is 21. She said not everyone blends. And that's okay. Like, sometimes people just don't, their energies just don't mix. And sometimes people are meant to come together, learn, make squares. Like, astrologically, like, squares exist for a reason. It's not necessarily easy and trining and flowing. Not everyone blends, and that's okay. And I then, after, like, 8 months, she, like, wasn't working there anymore. So it was like she was in my life for a brief moment. But it was so ironic because we had some really good conversations in the beginning, but it then became apparent that we didn't blend. And that was okay. And it was almost like I had to, because I was so used to being, this was a long time ago, I was just so used to being that people pleaser wearing the mask and like very empathic and would like twist myself around in the moment to pick up on other people because it's like full defense mechanism. But it was like, that was the point where I had to learn that, like I said, not everyone blends, and that's totally okay. And it's like I had to forgive myself, and I really just started letting go of like the need to be liked by everyone because of what she said. She just totally said not everyone blends, and that's fine. And then as we worked together longer and longer, we're not the same. We just were here for different reasons on a different path, had different views about the world. And it's like, there's nothing wrong with me, and there's definitely nothing wrong with her. Like, it's all good. And we were just being our authentic selves, and we didn't blend, and that's fine. So I just wanted to say that, like, this isn't about getting everybody to like you. In fact, it's the opposite. And you might be really polarizing here. And you just might just not know what life looks like when you're polarized. Because, like, if people don't like you, maybe you would just hide. But you would just needed people to like you at all costs to get money or just to feel secure. So much social programming too about will just be this way. And then it's always, I'm getting to like, leaders don't have anyone to follow. And if you want to bring something new into the world, it's like scary because you have to be unique. And then all the people who want to play it safe will tell you don't do it. But like, how do we make any progress in the world if all of us are just playing it safe? Like, it's a total, what's the word? Not like a paradox, but it just doesn't make any sense. Like, it's like it's like a fallacy. I'm getting, it's just like a fallacy to play it small. And you're doing yourself a disservice, and you're doing everyone else around you a disservice. Can I get more information around just what this wish fulfillment might be? What is the wish fulfillment that's happening through embodying our authentic self? What's it going to be? You're going to get a wake-up call. Ceremony again. So that's those new routines. So I was talking about old routines, and now this comes up again. So I'm getting like new routines. Beautiful. I see it, dude. And the dragonfly on the bottom, emergence. Yo, so it says emergence. So you are emerging as your authentic self. We've clarified that. There's going to be a total wake-up call as to the way you've been doing things and how it doesn't serve you. And it's like there's going to be, there might be like, just like a rush of emotions, like a flood. But you got this. Just, observe and just work through it as needed. And even like create a safe space. Ask Source for help. And even say like, I channel Source energy through me, and Source and my higher self are guiding me to navigate my emotions and heal my emotional wounds. Just say that. And then as I'm asking like, what is this wish fulfillment? Bam. Summer solstice, radiance. Yo, dude. You're gonna get everything you want, and you're just gonna be yourself. I'd like some advice as to like, how do we reconnect with ourself practically? The moon's in Capricorn as I film this. Doesn't matter when you're listening to this, but Capricorn might be significant. You might have Capricorn in your chart or be dealing with Capricorns, or Leo I'm getting too. That's just fallen out now. But I want practical steps as to how to reconnect with our new self. So just know that a new start is coming. And like I was saying before, like, don't be afraid of not knowing and the lack of clarity. Just know it's new. And when things start to scare you, go, oh, it's new. I don't know. How am I supposed to know what this... And that's good, man. Like, Source has got you. Sixes. Might be seeing sixes a lot. 13. 41. Or like 179. 97. Sevens and nines. 379. Practical steps. It's time to take action. Communication is key too, so it's like, oh yeah, you and your loved ones are safe. So perfect. And it's all new moon cards. Yo, so this is crazy. I'm just gonna... New moon. A new start is coming. New moon in Aries. It's time to take action. New moon in Gemini. Communication is key. New moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. It's all new energy. Under that. And new moon in Leo. Confidence is your key to success. So it's like, this reading is so perfectly aligned in the way it is telling all of us who are watching this, and me here with you right now. I'm sharing this space with you, and we can always discover new things about ourselves and share it. Don't be afraid here. There's nothing to fear. People are going to love you. Some people might really not like you. And that's like, there's nothing you can do to control that. Like I always say to people too, when these issues sort of come up, I'm always like, man, like you're not going to please everyone. And even when you're fully embodying your absolute highest action and acting from the most authentic place that is best for you and the most nourishing for you and for your loved ones, there's going to be someone that disagrees. So you just have to let go of the need to please people, because there's always going to be some people that just don't get it. They're just not, like I was saying before, some people don't blend. Everyone's on their own timeline and their own path. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with them. Some people are just not going to understand. But you're safe to communicate. Communication is key here. You are safe to communicate this authentic self, and it's time to do it. And confidence is your key to success. I'm laughing so hard because I pull the new moon in Leo off the deck, and what's under it? New moon in Taurus. Prosperity lies ahead in this new life that you're creating for yourself. This is the direction. You're moving into you're following your North Star here. And it's time to let go of the old mask. Like I was saying, put it in the drawer, revisit it from time to time. But this new cycle is about being you and getting paid to be you. Don't worry about the money so much though. Don't even think about it. Just practice being you and have fun doing it. Like, this is supposed to be fun. Like, joy is like the currency of life. That's what it's all about. And being you is fun. You may just have experienced it on your own. You may have just had fun privately because you didn't think people would understand you. But we have the internet. We're so connected, and there's 7 billion people. There's more. It's 8 billion people. There's people out there that, like, think about the number. Like, I love this thought experiment. I know this reading's been going on for a bit long, but think of the number like 100,000 people. Seems like a massive number, right? Like, wow, that's a lot of people. 100,000? It might be someone who's trying to build a community. 100,000? That's heaps. Might see people with those amount of followers and stuff. But then think about how almost insignificant that number is compared to how many people there are in the world. Like, 10, if you get that number 100,000 and you multiply it by 10, you get 1 million, right? So it's 1/10 of 1 million. And then you have to times a million by 1,000 to get to 1 billion. So I can't even think of the percentage of, like, what, that's such a small percentage of people. And then you got to times that by 8 just to get the world population. 100,000 is not a lot of people. And you might get 100,000 people that just all love you and just can't get enough. And you're just being you. It's amazing. I'm going to pull animal spirit card. I pre-shuffled this, but I have no idea what it is. And I'm really hoping that it's going to align with... I know it will. I get ant spirit in reverse. Number 1. Card number 1. And you flip it upside down, what do you get? 1. It's all about you. Time to collaborate too, this says. But it's in reverse. So it's like what I was saying, there's this tribe is going to come in for you. And they're going to love you. They're going to help you. You're going to get everything you want. Yeah, okay, so I'll read this message here. Do you really believe that you have to do everything yourself? Do you believe that somehow any help you get will be disappointing or not good enough? Perhaps it is time to address your issues of control and bias towards the negative. It doesn't matter where or why you came to be pessimistic or mistrustful. The fact that ant spirit is showing up now is a sign that you have an opportunity to heal and to relearn to trust that others will show up for you in a genuine way. Ant Spirit wants you to remember that your expectations and limiting beliefs are a vibrational offering that draws in the opposite of what you desire. Spirit wants to help you and will send collaborative partners your way. It's time to see the universe as conscious and connected, loving and helpful. But you must participate in this activity of co-creation. Creating reality is not just about dreaming. If you are feeling orphaned from community, reach out and communicate. If you feel vulnerable, here we go. Know that being present in your vulnerability can help you draw in someone who wants to assist you. Trust in your partnership with spirit, and your outer conditions will start to reflect that. Then you will see the miracles waiting for you, including partners who appear ready to lend a hand. You're going to get help, and it's just by you being you. Sometimes being you requires you to be very vulnerable and take risks because you're not used to it. But everything in this reading has been divinely aligned to show you that when you are yourself, you will totally get everything that you want. And this is going to be you sitting in your abundance, and you're just going to be you, and it's going to be beautiful. And I'm just going to leave it there. So thank you so much for sharing this space with me. It was incredible, and I really appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.